Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a reading for the month of June, Pisces. How are you? My water family, how are you? My two fishes friends, I'm here to do with these oracles. We're going to throw 3 oracles and we're going to find out what's going on with you in the month of June. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Pisces. What is shifting in June? We have a full moon coming up tomorrow in Sagittarius. So what's shifting in June for you? What needs your attention the most? And what are you making room for? Because you've got to make room for something that's arriving. That's what the full moons are about. Releasing something. Let's find out what's going on for you, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is shifting for you in June? We have discontent and boredom. Things are about to get a little more exciting. It does feel like no more Groundhog Day. Discontent and boredom tells me that you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe you've been staying inside your comfort zone. It feels like that is what's going to be shifting in June. What needs your attention the most here, Pisces? We've got material and spiritual prosperity. This, I feel like, is the thing you're supposed to be focused on. Material prosperity, so possibly you're changing jobs. Maybe you need to go somewhere where you make more money, or maybe you're starting a side gig or a business. But it feels like pay attention to the spiritual side of it as well. Spiritual things and material things are very, very closely linked. So I'm going to say that when you have spiritual health, you also have material wealth. Tell me what are you making room for? What is arriving for Pisces, please, in June? We've got, the base chakra. You know what I love about that? Because we have material and spiritual prosperity. Now we have security, right? We have safety and security. So I'm going to say there's something's been unsure, feels like it's in a bit of a wobble or maybe unstable. It feels like you're about to feel far more secure financially, spiritually. You're about to feel a lot safer. We've got recognition and reward. Look, this could come in the form of money. It doesn't have to, but it does feel like somebody is probably going to voice that to you. It feels like somebody who's in your friend group possibly, or someone who you have a partnership with. It doesn't feel like love, but it does feel like somebody who you're a friend of, somebody in your network or possibly at work. You're going to be recognized for something and you will be rewarded, whatever that is. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's talk about tarot. Let's see what's going on. Explain all of this. What's going on for Pisces, please? Oh, we've got the 9 of Swords. Are you worrying about something, friend? Maybe that is also what's shifting. That could go with discontent and boredom. Just worrying what is ahead, what's going on out there. Tell me what is shifting. Let's talk about discontent and boredom. How do you get out of this? Or how does it get you out? Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about Pisces. We've got the World. Do I have the cards in the reverse? I do. The World is in the reverse. So discontent and boredom. It does feel like there is something here that is possibly a door that is not closed. Now you have an opportunity to close that door, release something. Look, there are all sorts of really easy, quick rituals that you can do in order to release things, let them go under the full moon. So this World card, it feels like you've left a door open somewhere, or there's unfinished business, and it possibly might be holding you back from moving forward into June. So I feel like maybe a little bit of a releasing ritual under the full moon, because full moons are about coming full circle and releases, right? And the World card definitely in the upright is about coming full circle and is about milestones and achievements. You haven't quite met the achievement or the milestone yet. We've got the Page of Wands. It feels like something here is unsure, or you can't really trust it. And so I think that's why the door is still open, or the chapter is still open. It feels like you're unsure about something, and until you're really sure, I feel like you don't want to close the door prematurely. We have the 10 of Cups. Look, I feel like there really is a lot of happiness, joy, emotional contentment waiting in the future for you. But I feel it almost feels like you're holding yourself back because of a comfort zone or something that you have not resolved, because the door is still open to something. It doesn't even have to be with a person. It could be with a situation. Maybe you're not happy with your job. It feels like you're in a bit of discontent and boredom. And so it feels like that is what you're going to be shifting out of. But of course, it's not wishes and butterflies. It's hard work. And so I feel like there is going to be some incoming communication with the Page of Wands. Possibly that's giving you the opportunity to be happy or experience joy or be more hopeful or joyful or more fully present emotionally. But it feels as though like something exciting might show up. But before it does, I really do feel that you must go through the closing of something, the closing off of something. We have the Knight of Wands. There's the destabilization. I feel like it's really comfortable in the comfort zone. That's why they call it a comfort zone. But look, nothing ever grows there. It feels like taking a step outside of the comfort zone seems too risky. Or it feels like I'm just keeping the door open because what if they come back? And they come back and I'm not there, or the door is closed and locked. It almost feels like somebody's hopeful that a situation is not quite over, and that's why you haven't closed the door. But understand that you've had the power to end the situation and not be in limbo. You've always had that power, but instead you're living in this discontent and boredom. So I feel like you need to be brave. The Knight of Wands ultimately is brave. Can run at things, definitely. Can destabilize for a moment. So I feel like that is what you might be worried about. The destabilization of emotions. Maybe it won't be as happy as I think if I leave. It does feel like you're in a comfort zone. And this could be anything. Look, it could be a job. It could be a relationship. But I feel like true joy is waiting for you, but you must make a really hard decision. Tell me about this material and spiritual prosperity, because I think that this is what should be on your mind. This is what you should be paying attention to. We've got the Page of Stars. Sorry, is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. This is the Wandering Moon Tarot. So we got the Page of Pentacles here. I think that this material wealth that I feel is coming here, this security of material wealth, the security of spiritual prosperity, it feels like starts with some sort of an opportunity. It does feel like it's an opportunity for time, effort, energy, money. It could be a volunteer project at the beginning. At the beginning, it could be your volunteering or interning or something like that. It feels like this Page of Pentacles is a message that might be coming to you to ask you if you're interested in taking part of the ground floor of something. We've got the Chariot energy. And we've got the Magician. So I feel like the month of June is the time for you to start making decisions about what your reality looks like. If your reality is you're not currently doing, saying, being the person you want to be, it's time to make some changes. I feel like June is the month where you might be changing your mind, Pisces, about what you deserve. It feels like with this Chariot energy, the Chariot energy, understand, is the quickest moving energy, but you don't get anywhere if you don't have discipline. It feels like disciplining of the emotions in order to get the victory. I really need to learn how to stay in balance on something. It feels like this opportunity shows up and you might be quite unsure about it because you want to check in on your spiritual prosperity. It feels like something here is about to show up that is going to give you equal give and take. It feels like reciprocal energy, whether that's spiritual energy or material energy. The Magician is telling me, look, you've always had all the tools. You've got the same amount of tools as everybody else. It all just depends on when and where you use them and how you do. So I feel like you have the ability to move forward really quickly and create your own happiness. It's almost like somebody is creating a position, hoping you'll take it if it's a new job. We've got the Six of Wands. Yeah, you will get victory. You will be victorious here, and everybody will be watching it happen. There will be people who will be cheering you on. It does feel like you've come from this really hard place. Look, nobody ever really slips into discontent and boredom unless they really become disillusioned with the people around them, right? That's when we tend to stay home, stay away from me. I'm just going to do what I want. My nervous system is more regulated when I stay home. It feels like that. Six of Wands being here tells me you are going to get some sort of victory if you decide to be brave enough, courageous enough to move forward and take this opportunity that is going to be showing up for you here. Tell me about the base chakra. I think that all of this leads you to more security and stability in your life, whether we're talking about material or spiritual prosperity. I feel like it takes you to a place of recognition and reward. You end up, Six of Wands, being out in the public where people can see you under the sun, where people can witness you getting your victory after a hard time. We've got the Moon energy here. So I feel like you're unsure a little bit worried. What if I try it and it doesn't work? It feels like the woulda, coulda, shouldas that keeps coming up. Quit shoulding on yourself. It feels like you are unsure about what might happen here. But look, the Empress is here, and the Empress has so much wisdom that the Empress is not making bad decisions. She's listening to her intuition, Queen of Cups. She's independent and fiery and is resilient and will bounce back if it doesn't work. Queen of Wands. It does feel like you just really need to be honest and truthful with yourself about how you want to liberate yourself from this discontent and boredom, Queen of Swords, and how you want to move forward and what you want to do with the material and spiritual prosperity that's waiting for you. We have the Three of Swords. There is the worry. The worry is, what if it doesn't work out? The worry is, what if I'm disappointed? I get here and I realize that this is really not what I wanted. I feel like once this base chakra energy is sort of the energy of everything calming down. It feels like your nervous system is now calming down. It feels like you feel very confident, or you don't feel as nervous about something that is not going to go right. Tell me just one more card here. We've got the Five of Cups, but the Five of Cups is feeling in regret if I make this really big change. So I think for you in the month of June here, Sagittarius, it feels like there's a big decision to make. Look, you could definitely decide to stay in your comfort zone, it feels like. Maybe you're just not ready to come out, and that's okay. It feels like you really need to make a decision about whether you want to live in this energy of the in-between is what it feels like. Not quite out of the old self, not quite having stepped into the new self, because the World card is in the reverse. That means there's unfinished business. I'm going to have a conversation. I'm going to have to tell somebody something. It feels like the thing is that the excitement and joy of the Ten of Cups is waiting for you. So whatever you do with the World card is going to dictate how June unveils itself, how it unfolds. It's going to take courage. This isn't something you're used to. This isn't something that is like learning how to walk and then you walk for the rest of your life. It feels like it's something that's outside of your comfort zone. So it feels like you're going to have to be brave in order to do it. I really do feel that you've got wisdom, but I also feel like your wisdom is something that sometimes you, I'm going to say, gives you a little bit of instability. So when things move too quickly, it feels like the Five of Cups is sadness. And with the Three of Swords, it's this energy of, bad things happen to the Empress too. The Empress doesn't always win, which is the truth. It's just that the Empress is equipped to deal with it if it doesn't go right. It doesn't guarantee that everything's going right. This is a hard place to be, making all these decisions. There's no guarantee when the moon is around. Things are not as they seem, and you're unsure going into a situation. But it does feel like even if it doesn't work out, and I'm not saying if it will or it won't, I mean, it's all up to you. It feels like when something changes drastically within you, when you have such a big transformation and close the chapter on something that you're just not willing to relive over and over, it's keeping you stuck, whatever it is. But the Death card is here, giving you the choice. This is showing up anyway, not saying you have to, but giving you the opportunity to say yes or no, whether you're going to close the door or not. The Ten of Swords is here. It feels like it's something that is really hurtful. It feels like somebody lied to you or cheated on you or stuck a knife in your back or said something behind your back. I feel like it's a choice for you to move on. You don't have to live in this energy. There is about to be a beautiful reward that's coming up, and it does feel like it's both spiritually and material in nature, but the Magician doesn't guarantee anything unless you get up and use your tools. So we're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this. If you want to be in the extended, then please... I'm going to put down 3 cards here. That's why I'm doing that. But please look in the pinned comment and you will find your way to the membership area, which is where the extendeds are. Also, if you're interested in a private read, please know they're open and I am caught up. This would be the best time for you to book. And so if you're interested in that, please take your link to Hypsee and take a look-see at all of my prices and packages. Let's find out what is going to go on in the extended. We've got, the breakthrough. Here comes the sun. Look, that sun is breaking through the brick wall. It's a major breakthrough is what it feels like. And it's being done under the sun. We've got Leo energy both here. When you begin to realize your strength, when you begin to realize that you're the one in control of whatever happens from here, whether it disappoints other people or not, because sometimes you're going to have to disappoint other people to get the things that you need. I feel like you have a major breakthrough sometime in June, and that's going to take you to a place where you're feeling much more secure and stable than you ever have been. We've got the King of Wands here. This is you taking action out of wisdom. It feels like you have the wisdom now to take action. This to me is crawling out of the mud pit. The Six of Wands is like, I've been through the war, I've been through the fight, and now I'm choosing to get my victory, which means, I'm just going to let people see what I've been through. People are going to cheer you on based on the victories that you're going to be getting in the future. We've got the Two of Pentacles. It's a decision. It is a decision, friend. Stop wobbling. I think that you're not making the decision because you feel like you could hurt somebody, or that you may have regret. Even though somebody hurt you, I don't think you want to hurt them back. But I don't think you're doing it antagonizingly. I think that you're doing it out of a choice that you're going to make that somebody's not agreeing with. We've got the Five of Wands. Well, when I see more than two fives in a reading, tells me something's about to happen really quickly or change really quickly. Fives are about change. And it feels like the Five of Wands tells me that you've been battling here for so long that it feels like you think you deserve that, but you don't. It feels like, yes, the decision I make is going to hurt somebody, but it's also going to level me up into the Empress energy. I feel like you're battling becoming the Queen of Swords. A lot of us do. I'm going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, that's where we will be. If you don't come there, that's cool. I'll be back anyway, and love you too much to stay away. I'm going to go into the extended. If I see you there, see you there. I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.